Hello everyone, today I'm doing a video on the top 10 retirement communities in Sedona and Verde Valley. At least I think there's 10 on the list. You have asked for it, so I'm doing it. So I have 10 parks, and not all parks, but 10 communities that they're over 55 communities. I've had people ask me about that all the time, so I'm going to just go through the list, and I hope you enjoy. The channel is Living in Northern Arizona, where I'll teach you everything there is to know about living in the northern half of the state of Arizona. My name's Dawn Dickinson. I sell real estate here in Northern Arizona. I have viewers all the time reaching out to me if they have a question about real estate up here, or they just have questions about the area if they're thinking of moving here and don't quite know if it's a fit for them. So you could do what other people have done and give me a call, text, email, or go in the description below, and in my website there's a link, and you can schedule a 30-minute phone call or Zoom call. People do that all the time, and I love it because YouTube viewers actually make my best clients. So do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, because that helps other people who are looking for this type of information find the channel and find the video. And here you go. Here are the 10 top retirement communities in northern Arizona, or I should say Sedona Verde Valley. Okay, I'm going to start in the Sedona area, and then I'm going to move on to Cornville, Cottonwood, and Clarkdale. I'm going to throw up a map real quick so you can see where these 4 retirement communities are that I'm going to tell you about. First, I'm going to talk about Sunset Village. Now, Sunset Village is actually very popular because it's right in central Sedona, West Sedona. So it's a very popular location because you're close to a lot of stuff. A lot of the places have good views of the Red Rocks. And this, though, is a retirement community. It's a mobile home park. And when I say park, that means that you own the manufactured home or the mobile home, and it sits on land that you lease. So you have a lot lease fee. Now, people ask me about this as, you know, this is a good idea, is this a good investment? And it kind of depends on your own situation. When you have a lot lease fee, I can't guarantee that the fee will never go up. I don't know what is included in that. Some places will include utilities, water, sewer, garbage. Others do not. They have it on top. So if you saw a place in a park, you would want to talk to the managing office and find out what exactly is included and could your rate go up. But of course, the disadvantage with lot lease fee, even if it's low, is that you're always going to have it. So if you buy a mobile home on land and you take a 30-year loan, it's going to be paid off in 30 years, but not in the park. But what is good about the parks is you can get in for a low investment. Some of these places you can buy a manufactured home that's in good shape for less than $100,000. So I'm going to start again, Sunset Village in the heart of Sedona. This past year I've seen units going in there between $100,000 and $200,000 in Sunset Village. There's a clubhouse, a pool. Now, again, the lot fee, I just look in the MLS when I see these come up. I currently see one in there touting $713 as the lot fee. Now, I don't think that's correct. I think what that is what the current lot owner is paying, and it's possible that when you come in, your fee will be different, because I have seen them in Sunset Village going for $800-900 a month. So again, that's about the range. Just use that as a high level range of what the lot fee is. I think it's going to be closer to $900 in Sunset Village. And again, the lot fee in the Sedona parks is higher than Cottonwood, Clarkdale, Camp Verde. So Sunset Village, very popular. Now, if you're going to go west towards Cottonwood, there are 2 parks. One is Sunset Hills, and another is Sedona Shadows. So Sunset Hills is different because it's a 55-plus community, manufactured home or mobile home park, but there you own the land. And actually, it's a nice, I've shown places in there, usually a nice sized piece of land. You get a little bit of, a lot of them have garages, say, driveway, patios. On the west side, the homes will have views of Mingus Mountain that are absolutely breathtaking. Some of them on the other side of the park might have views of the Red Rocks of Sedona, but it's it's kind of far out of town, but it's still Sedona. Sunset Hills, there is an HOA, but it's cheap. I think it's $100 a year, but don't quote me on that. A cheap HOA in Sunset Hills. Again, nice park. It's not a park, it's a retirement community, 55 plus. And the other thing is because you own the land and the house, the manufactured home, right now I'm seeing them selling there for about $450,000. So that's about what you're going to pay for manufactured home on land in Sedona, is between $400,000 and $500,000. So Sunset Hills actually a very good choice. I had actually considered that when I moved to Sedona, buying in there, except I wasn't quite 55 yet, so I didn't go for it. The other thing I am concerned about is I have, a 22-year-old disabled son with autistic, and I thought, what if he is, wandering the park and barefoot, mumbling to himself, he might scare people. So that was a concern, just because in some of the retirement parks, people don't have jobs, and so they're more, interested in what's going on in the neighborhood. But for most people, that's not an issue, and Sunset Hills is a great possibility if you want to get in here in Sedona. So Sedona Shadows is actually right next to Sunset Hills, and Sedona Shadows is a park, so you have a lot fee. I have seen the lot fee in there, $1,000, $1,100, a very high lot fee in Sedona Shadows. Again, you still could maybe get $900. I don't want you to quote me on the lot fees. It's just what I've seen show up in the MLS, but when it comes down to it, I don't know what your fee is actually going to be. So in that park, Sedona Shadows, I have seen units go this year for 2022. I've just watched what closed within the last 12 months. The lowest I saw was $40,000, and one went up to $169,000. So Sedona Shadows, right next to Sunset Hills, you get the same thing. It's far west Sedona. Some of them have good views, and it might be a good alternative if you want to get into a retirement community in Sedona. Okay, there is one more retirement community in Sedona. It's in Oak Creek Canyon. So Oak Creek Canyon, there is a park, but this one's kind of interesting because I've showed in there before. The homes are going to go for $400,000 to $500,000, but they're nice. Some of them have garages, but you're by the creek, so they're amazing. You could sit on your porch and hear the creek run by. You could walk down to the creek, put your feet in the water. Oak Creek Canyon Retirement Park. I'm not sure if that's the exact name, but there's one park out there in Oak Creek Canyon. Now, here's what the weird part about that. So I see the homes right now. There's one listed for $475,000, and it's a nice home with the garage. It's a 2-acre park, like 2.17 acres, and it shows you as having a land lease, but it's not exactly the same as a land lease. Like, they actually show your acreage on the tax record as like 2 acres, but it's a land lease. But you don't pay a land lease fee, you pay an HOA fee of $200 a month. So that's way lower than the fees of most of the parks, but yet they're saying it's a land lease fee, but it's very confusing. Anyhow, I just want you to know there is a beautiful retirement community out in Oak Creek Canyon. The only thing I've showed in there, but since I've never had anybody actually buy one, I'm a little confused on how this lot fee goes, because it's showing up as you own 2 acres, but you don't. It's a land lease, and why is the fee only $200? Again, there's probably more going on. So if you were interested in a home in that community, I would have to talk to the listing agent, and I would get more information from the management company who manages the park. But it's a beautiful park in Oak Creek Canyon. The other disadvantage is it's a very touristy area. You're going to have a lot of traffic on that 89A between Flagstaff and Sedona, and in the wintertime, the road can get pretty bad, and sometimes it's even closed for snow. So Oak Creek Canyon, that would be almost more of a vacation home. I don't know if that many people live there year-round, but it's a beautiful place. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to Cornville. So Cornville has this retirement community called Verde Santa Fe. Now this actually is a beautiful community where there are single family homes. So right now, for I should say the past 12 months, I've been watching what's going for sale in there, and they've been going for $400,000 to $600,000. Very nice homes, very close to a golf course, somehow associated with. You could join this golf course, but I can't tell you details because I'm not a golfer. But it has a beautiful clubhouse. It's got a pool and a spa, tennis. Again, the golf course, if you're a golfer, billiards, got a gym, kitchen, like if you wanted to have a, big bridal shower, say, there's a kitchen and barbecue area, grill, that kind of stuff, dining. So the clubhouse has all that kind of stuff. So really good amenities, and the fees are not that high either. It's quarterly. It might be $250 quarter. Again, don't quote me on fees because you see them in the MLS and they're not always entirely accurate. But Verde Santa Fe, actually, if I was looking for a retirement community, that would probably be my top choice. Verde Santa Fe in Cornville, really nice 55 plus community. Okay, now I'm also going to throw up a map of these retirement communities that are in the Cottonwood, Camp Verde, Clarkdale area. So I'm moving right now to Camp Verde. There's a really nice place in Camp Verde called Willows Retirement Park, Willows at Camp Verde. So a nice park there. I drove through it the other day. It's very nice. The homes are well kept up. There's a little area that's almost like a park with some, sitting areas, so nice community area. The lot fee is about $565 a month, so that's, again, now we've gone to Camp Verde and Cottonwood. The lot fees are getting much less than they are in Sedona, and right now there's not a lot of activity that I see there, but there is one for sale for $120,000, so that's not too bad. Again, you can get into a nice retirement home and Camp Verde, so that's a nice one, Willows Retirement Park. Okay, so now I'm going to move over to Cottonwood. So there's several very nice retirement homes in Cottonwood. The first one, probably the most popular, and when I say popular, and actually the way I came up with the list, it's ranked, it's not even ranked, I'm just giving you the list based on where I see activity, where I've shown homes, where I've sold homes, and where people ask me about. So there could be some that exist that aren't on my list, but these are the top 10. When I say popular, that's how I define it. So in Cottonwood, you've got Pine Shadows. Pine Shadows is a really nice park, probably one of the more popular parks, but that's because it's big. There are a lot of units in there. It has nice amenities in there. Lot fee about $750 a month. Remember this ballpark when I give you the lot fee. I have seen this past year units in there selling for $175,000 to $250,000. Now again, just remember you own the manufactured home, but not the land. That's why there's a lot fee. So when I say lot fee, that's what I'm talking about. The rental fee for the lot you're renting to park your manufactured home that you would purchase to get into Pine Shadows. So there's another one in Cottonwood, Vista Del Sol. Well, this one is super tiny, super small. I'd say it's not kept up as well as some of the other parks, but Vista Del Sol, small, the lot fee is very low, $450 a month, and I am seeing stuff in there sell between $50,000 and like $75,000. So probably the best price in all of the retirement communities in Verde Valley would be this Vista Del Sol. But again, it's smaller, homes are not as nice, but it could be a good way for you to get in a home here in Verde Valley. Okay, next on my list is El Rio Del Oro. So this is, again, a very nice park in Cottonwood. It's kind of as you're driving towards Clarkdale. Very close to the border of Cottonwood, Clarkdale. Rio Del Oro, a smaller park, but a very nice park. The lot fee is about $650 a month because, again, it's one of the parks where you rent your lot and you own the manufactured home. I have seen recently homes in there selling for $50,000 to $100,000. There is one issue I'm seeing with Rio Del Oro right now. The homes are in really good condition, but on the, I don't know if it's the north side or northwest side, they're putting an enormous apartment complex. So those people that had homes on this side of the park for a long time, had a vacant lot with beautiful views, now have a huge apartment complex that they're backing up to. Now, of course, if you're in the center of the park or if you're on the other side of the park, it's not an issue, but just keep that in mind. If you see one on the MLS, I could always look at the map and tell you if that's where the enormous apartment complex is going. And maybe it won't be an issue, but you might have people coming and parking their cars or sitting on their balcony looking into your yard. So El Rio Del Oro, a very nice park, but that's my concern, is just what they're building on backing to the one side of the park. So another park, really popular, it's on the greens. Now this is probably one of the more expensive and nicer parks. Some of them Some of the units in there have really good views. Some of them you could see Sedona. Of course, all of these parks, you have a great view of Mingus Mountains, so that's nice. On the greens is gated, and the units in there have been selling for $200,000 to $300,000. Now remember, now you're paying $200,000 or $300,000 and you have a lot fee because you're renting the lot, but it's to get into this prestigious community. It's got very good amenities, and it's newer. Probably the homes in there have been built in the last 15, 20 years. So newer, nicer, bigger homes, and the lot fee though is kind of high, $790 a month. Again, ballpark, $790 a month lot fee. And on the greens where you own your nice manufactured home, that could cost you upwards of $300,000, but you don't own the land it sits on. But it's very nice, and residents have the opportunity to buy into this golf course nearby. I think it's called Coyote Trail Golf Course. And the other thing is very close to Old Town. So on the greens, probably the more prestigious of the parks. When I say park, I mean you're renting the lot. I think, of course, Verde Santa Fe is the best of all of these because you have nice single-family homes, amazing amenities, and a beautiful community. But I got one more for you. Hold on, and I'll tell you what the last park is that is in Clarkdale. So in Clarkdale, there is a Lamplighter Village. Now, I just recently worked with a client who bought a place in Lamplighter Village. It's a really nice place. That one sold for about $80,000. I am seeing them sell in Lamplighter for $75,000 to $100,000, most of them. Now, there is one or two of the older ones that you're going to need to put in a lot of work. I've seen listed for about $50,000 in Lamplighter, but Lamplighter is a very nice retirement community in Clarkdale, probably just as you leave Cottonwood and go into Clarkdale. Lot fee is in the high 500s, I think $575 a month around. All the homes in there are very nice and well taken care of. And in Lamplighter, on one of the, remember I was saying that in Rio Del Oro, the one side that had a vacant lot, they're putting a big apartment complex. But on Lamplighter, you don't have that because on the border, on one of the sides, there's a cemetery, so they're not going to put anything there. But some people are scared of cemeteries. I would say the neighbors are quiet and leave you alone. But Lamplighter Village, very nice. That is in Clarkdale. So that's it. That is the top 10, or my list of 10 retirement communities here in Sedona, Verde Valley. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I do post videos every single week about topics that pertain to living in northern Arizona. If you have a real estate question, again, I am a real estate agent and I sell primarily in Sedona and Verde Valley, but also in Flagstaff and Prescott. So don't hesitate to give me a call, text, email, or go into the description below, find my website, and there you can schedule a Zoom call or a 30-minute phone call and we can talk about video. So that's it. I hope you have a great week, and come back again next week.